Good evening, Gulf Coast independent wrestling fans. I'm the Gargoyle. This is the beautiful Gibson Beauty, mother of Brutal Joe Gibson.
Hi, I'm Laura. I'm Joe Gibson's mom. I'm with Front Row Fanatics, and I did teach him better than that.
Yes, you did.
Alright, Gulf Coast independent wrestling fans, welcome back to another fantabulous edition of the Front Row Fanatics as we continue our review of Ultimate Wrestling's Milton Massacre. Took place last Saturday on the 17th of April at San Rose County Auditorium in the armpit of the South, Milton, Florida. Take it away, Internet.
Alright, our next match was a #1 contendership match for the X Factor title. As you know, Carlos D'Angelo recently reacquired the X Factor championship in the 3 Stages of Pain match against Canadian superstar Eon Flex at Milestone 3.
Bye-bye, Blueberry.
And in this match, it was the franchise of Gulf Coast Wrestling, Brutal Joe Gibson, taking on the Black Wolf. The Black Wolf, as you know, getting a key win over Brian Cage, breaking the streak at Milestone 3.
Black Wolf, yeah!
So the Black Wolf, a lot of momentum going into this match, but in the end, nobody won. It was a double countout. So I guess technically you could say the Black Wolf did not lose.
That's right. He took a page out of Brian Cage's book.
He
He's
did.
still unbeaten, unpinned, and unsubmitted since he ended the streak and made Brian Cage yesterday's news.
Wow. Sad day.
It was a great day, baby.
Even referee Danny Wright tasted the wrath of Joe Gibson there towards the end of the match. He wasn't happy.
Yeah, you don't be pissing off Joe Gibson now. He's the wrong guy to get mad at you.
I wonder if his mom raised him better than that.
I believe she did. We'll have to look into that.
Well, coming up at the next show, Carlos D'Angelo is supposed to address this problem because right now there is no #1 contender for the X Factor title. So I'm kind of hoping maybe they get a 3-way going. Joe Gibson, Black Wolf, Carlos. I mean, that sounds like a good match to me, but you know, we'll see what happens. Ultimate Wrestling Management has a way of throwing curveballs at us. So
this is true.
But moving right along, the next match, and 2 of your favorites in this match.
Absolutely.
BTY, Colby Godwin going up against Mr. Marcus Gibbs. And to look at this match on paper, you would think, man, Marcus is going to get destroyed. But Marcus, showing why he is one of the hottest young wrestlers on the Gulf Coast. He can adapt his style to any kind of wrestling. And but, like I said, BTY right now, I believe, is at the top of his game. And he showed it in the end when he hit that ace crusher out of nowhere.
Absolutely. Marcus Gibbs once again showed why he is a #1 contender, whether it be for the Cruiserweight belt, the Heavyweight Championship belt. In every promotion, he can wrestle any size guy, any style of match. And he gave BTY all he could handle in a hard-fought, physical, grueling match before BTY finally hit him with that ace crusher to pick up the win. So, you know, excellent match between 2 of my favorites. I enjoyed the hell out of it. I give a double thumbs up to both those guys for a great effort in the ring.
Maybe if Marcus had to use that Miyagi special, he might have fared a little better.
No, it's the chocolate chop.
I didn't say that.
I said it, Marcus. I said it. Chocolate chop, chocolate chop, chocolate chop.
He's going to spike you, man.
I'll spike him right here, too.
Well, anyway, at this point, they were fixing to take an intermission, but
yesterday's news, Brian Cage.
Ultimate Wrestling's only A-lister, the story of the year, Brian Cage came out and basically said, you know, he confessed he got beat, but he said it will not happen again. Starting off this new season of Ultimate Wrestling, he is going to start a new streak, unpinned, unsubmitted, and BTY seemed to take exception to that. He came out and said, you know what, I'm leaving for Philly in a few weeks. I'd love to be the second guy to pin you. And he challenged him to a match right then and there, and Brian Cage said, get a referee out here. And the referee came out, and right before he called for the bell, Brian Cage slid out and said, not right now.
Just like the chicken shit Weasley little chump that he is. Wah, 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 wah. His alligator mouth overloaded his chicken shit ass, and so he went running back to the back again, because BTY would have beat his damn brains in. You know it, I know it, all the good fans of Ultimate Wrestling know it. Brian Cage, you're yesterday's news, dude. We don't want to hear you anymore. You need to go down to the bottom of the ladder under Lenny Scudamire and all the rest of them. You're not an A-lister. The only list you should be on is the unemployment list, because you suck. You've ran that little cheap-ass game for over a year. It's done. The Black Wolf ended you. He proved the fallacy of the streak. There was no escaping because you were in a 10-man battle royal and somebody else won, but you didn't lose, or blah, 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 blah. Wah. Get over it. We're done with you, Brian Cage. Time to take out the trash.
I guess I'm the sole member of the Brian Cage fan club. It's, you know, You have to fill out an application to get into the Brian Cage fan club. It's a long, tedious process, and I'm proud to say I am still a member.
Oh my God!
We'll let that lay, and we'll move on to our next match.
Well, maybe since he's going to be out of a job, you can pay him to shine your shoes or something, because that's about all he's good for, man. Shoe shine boy, shoe shine boy.
Showing no love for one of my favorite wrestlers.
No love for Brian Cage. He sucks.
All right, moving right along. The next match was an X Factor Championship match, which pitted the current champion, the feature, Carlos D'Angelo, taking on the Suicidal Soldier, Tommy Hill. And boy, Suicidal Soldier just has arrived on the scene and is doing incredible stuff in the ring. I mean, stuff you wouldn't think is possible. Looking at this match, I didn't think Carlos could mount much offense against that. With a guy that's so... His offense is 90% of his attack. But Carlos did a very good job. You know, he tried to keep him grounded, but in the end... Carlos hit him with the Dos Los and successfully defended the title. And both guys shaking hands in the middle of the ring after the match, showing that mutual respect.
This match, when you look at it on paper initially, it's such a contrast in styles. The high-flying aerial assault of the Suicidal Soldier Tommy Hill versus the ground and pound of the feature Carlos D'Angelo. I was extremely intrigued to see how Carlos was going to be able to handle it. And for a good majority of the match, he was frustrated with his efforts to, shall we say, subdue the Suicidal Soldier.
Right.
But being the consummate professional that Los is, he'd take a break, slide out of the ring, take a deep breath, collect his thoughts about him, and reanalyze his game plan to where he finally
Make adjustments.
That's right, adjustments right there to where he came up with the plan to be successful in his first defense as since regaining the X Factor Championship. Great match, two great guys. And for once, the shitty-ass crowd in Milton was making some noise, man.
That was awesome.
You know,
a little competitive chanting going on with the crowd. It
absolutely
should be that way every match.
Thank you. And to the people of Milton, I'm still not all the way sold on you yet, but that's a good first step. With that being said, Alexander Page has given us the high sign. We're going to take a break. I need a fresh beer. Right back at you. We love you, baby.